What's up guys, your Doomsday here. Today we're back again, and in this video we're going to be playing some Vi in the jungle. And overall this patch, Vi has actually kind of popped back into the meta, and although they were never really out the meta, they were always just an average champ, a solid safe pick. But now in this meta, Vi has been super strong, and I think the main reasons for that have to do with the changes to the objective spawning at 5 minutes instead of 4, the Dragon and the Herald. And the reason why I think that changes up the meta a lot is because now with the objective spawning later on, there's multiple things you could do. So instead of looking for an objective, you can go for a first chart, you can go for more ganks, and really there's just more lane fighting and there's less team fighting in general. And that's why these champs that are really good at ganking, really good at 1v1s and small skirmishes such as Vi have really popped up into the meta right now. And that's why other champs such as like Jarvan have really fallen out, because like Jarvan has solid ganking and stuff, but they don't have really the best skirmish potential. They really pop off during teamfights though, but there really aren't as many of those. For right now, just starting off with a normal clear, and keep an eye on these lane matchups over here. And in this match, we're actually jungling up against an enemy Kha'Zix, and that is one of the main reasons why I did pick Vi, is because Vi does super well into Kha'Zix because you can easily lock down that single target and make it so he can't get good isolation damage. But now I'm just keeping an eye on these lane matchups right now. I am farming up my blue side now, and I'm seeing what's happening. And that's a good bubble. I see that they go for the engage here, so I actually don't even go for blue, and I just start running towards the lane. And now I'm on my way here, and I see that's the flash from Auction, that's the flash from Galio, and able to get a good engage onto that and pick up that kill. But now I know Auction also has no flash right here, so I know we're good to go for this. I'm able to get a good knock up, although we're all one shot, able to pick that up. And now Fizz shows up, and I am on the run. Maybe I can live this, maybe I can't. I'm barely able to get out of that. If I could have gone the other way, I could have just smited the Scuttler, because that would have given me health. Because in the early game, using your smite on objectives like really gives you a lot. So you see when I just smited there, I got quite a decent amount of HP. And that can really make or break fights in the early game. That's pretty huge. But on the other side, looks like I think our brand went down in the solo lane to the Kha'Zix. So I know what Kha'Zix's rotation is. Kha'Zix did the exact same rotation as me, where they started off at red and then they went to blue and everything, and then they ganked this bottom lane over here. So no, me and Kha'Zix essentially have the same rotation. So you can actually see Kha'Zix is still up there, just like how I'm up there right now. Except, looks like this brand, yep, is going to go down to the Kha'Zix again. But now, going to be going back to my red side jungle, which is about to be respawning. And I'm assuming Kha'Zix is going to do the same thing too. Right after he takes this minion, he's probably going to reset and then go to his red side jungle also. So why is that information important? That information can be really important because now, like, if Kha'Zix gets back and this lane is super overextended, so you actually see this lane is super overextended, that could potentially be a good gank for Kha'Zix, because we know Kha'Zix is going to be farming up this red side over here. So they're either going to be looking at the solo lane or this mid lane over here. And that provides pretty good opportunities for counter-ganking if you're in the good position for it, as long as you're aware of that. But looks like the dual lane is just resetting, and it should be good there. But now, getting my red, and that's why I'm pinging them the mini-map over here. I'm pinging them to be careful over there, because right now the Kha'Zix is missing. And I'm pretty confident Kha'Zix is on that side of the map. We could see, yep, you can actually see Kha'Zix is right there. And now, ooh, I gotta change it back. Alright. So now, see an engage going on down here. And one thing that I want to point out over here is, and it's something really key that a lot of junglers fail to do, and like even in upper tiers people don't really do this, and it's just, I think it's a small thing that can really make or break a lot. Whenever going for ganks on the sideline, something that I've personally been trying to work on, especially after this match, as we'll see in a second, is when going for these sideline ganks, the two questions I always like to ask when going for this now are, where is the mid laner and where could the jungler be? Those are two really key questions, and we can see on the minimap right now, both of those are missing, and that could be really risky because a lot of times mid laners will go for a rotate down to the sidelines if somebody's super overextended like this, especially a Fizz. Fizz players love doing this and love looking for an ult or a good burst, and also we got to keep an eye out on the jungler, of course. And if you know his pathing, so I know he's clearing his red side, and then he's probably going to be going over to his blue side soon, then you can see if he's in the area or not. So now, I look for a dive onto this. I am able to pick up the Darius. I don't have flash or anything, and I try to get a reset, but as you can see, Fizz ends up being right here, and I do unfortunately go down there. So that was a mistake on my part. I mean, it wasn't the end of the world. I got a kill onto the Darius, so yeah, let's see what's up in mid lane. Oh, this Lux. Definitely dead there. Yikes. They're getting greedy for the fruit. That's a sad way to die. But you can actually see they're rotating up from mid right now. I think I just saw the Kazakhs moving up. So I'm starting to move up too and see if maybe I can get a good counter gank in. They're overextended. They definitely don't see him behind him. That Lucian just gets deleted. Maybe I could save Nami. It's kind of a scuffed angle. With the Fizz and the Kazakhs there, that's so much burst damage. Yeah, at this point, I think I'm just like, I'm gonna leave the Nami be. I let the Nami be. That was a good job, actually. They executed themselves. So if you didn't see actually what they did there, I'm gonna pause it really quickly because I want to explain that. So if you don't take any damage from any champs in a while and then you die to a turret or something, it's actually gonna execute you. And the reason why that's super like crucial in a case like that, like what Nami did, is because it actually doesn't give any of the enemies gold. So they got literally no gold for that kill. And that's kind of just like a small trick thing that you could use, like if you're on the run like that, if you could try and get yourself executed to try and avoid taking any damage and then just like run it down the turret. That's Fizz ult. That's pretty big. There's Auction right above me. I was trying to go for that Fizz, but able to force out the flash, and from the Auction, able to force the flash out. Jeez, I can't talk. But now I'm just farming up, and now I'm actually looking to take a fight over here. I think this is a good opportunity to take a fight, just because I know Fizz used their ult, Auction used flash, and we're about to get Lucian ult and Nami ult back up. So they take the Herald. We have no good warding around that area, really. It's pretty hard with the brand, just because with the brand, it's really easy to get caught out or anything, so it's hard to play around that. But now, Fizz and Auction are here. I get a good first ability to Auction. I know Auction has no flash, so I chase that for a bit and deal as much damage as I can, and then back off. But I am running Aftershock on Vi. That's just for the tankiness, because we have no other frontline here, so on the main front line, I'm going to be taking up most of the damage, so Aftershock does help me go tankier. But you can go Conqueror or Lethal Tempo on Vi, depending on what you're looking for. But now, being careful, they're able to do a good job zoning out that Fizz, and they dive into the pit, but we're able to pick up that kill there, and that is huge. So, something that was really key to notice, there's actually, Fizz did not have ult, so you see his ult is still on cooldown. And that's super important why we went for that fight then, is because if Fizz had ult there, we were all standing in that pit. With a Fizz ult, plus like a Kazakhs or Galio ult, we would have been in a really, really bad spot in that pit. So that's why picking your dragon fights at the right time is super, super crucial. And in this patch, there's more flexibility to that, because now you don't have to force a dragon if you don't want to. You can go for the Herald, you can go for a turret, you can go for a gank, you could do so many things. And that's why champs like Vi that are way more versatile have definitely risen up. Because Vi's pretty good at all that stuff. Ooh, let's see if they can save that. Nope, that Lux is dead. Ooh, actually? Okay, they're dead. That's a okay trade, though. 1 for 1. Ooh, maybe 2 for 1. Okay, that was good. Alright, that worked out pretty well, but I'm just farming up my jungle, trying to get more items. And the build I'm going to be going with Trinity Force, Sterix Gage, Guardian Angel. I think we'll win for Guardian Angel second, actually. That build is pretty good against squishy champs if you're up against a lot of squishies that don't have a lot of armor, stuff like that. But if you're going up against a more of a tanky comp with Vi, a better build is Black Cleaver into Divine Sunder. That's a pretty solid build. But now, I'm just looking for some poke. The Fizz pops up and I just have to flash out, but we force out a decent amount of their abilities and summoner spells, so seeing if maybe we can get this turret. We put it on good pressure there, so force the Darius to recall at least. Ooh, looks like Brand. Brand's gonna go down there. I'm seeing if maybe I can save him. I realize I'm in a bad spot too, actually. I realize I can't do anything to save him there, actually. I would have gotten myself killed probably if I would have dove in. Just because with Kazakhs' isolation damage, whew, that damage hurts. But yep, one key thing about Vi is you could do a really good job of keeping your teammates unisolated. So a lot of times, like, if a champ like that is like caught out, it's easy for a Vi to get near that champ so Kha'Zix can't do as much damage to him. Because Kha'Zix without isolation damage is pretty weak, and now I see this Darius rotating, seeing if maybe I can land a good ability. He knocks me out, but notice something that I'm being super careful of here. Something that I really want to mention is against Darius, you always have to think about his Noxian Might stacks. So as you can see underneath Darius's health bar, he has 3 stacks right now, and when he reaches 5 stacks, he becomes super empowered. His ultimate does a lot of damage, and that's why I don't go for long engages against Darius. I look for my poke, then I run away like this. And then if I want to re-engage, I can re-engage like this with my ultimate. And I know, like, now even if he gets 5 stacks, he can't do anything because he's dead. So it's just super cautious, especially as melee champs, because you can really screw over your backline if you play really wrong against Darius and you give him the 5 stacks as a melee, because it's really easy to forget about his Noxian Might stacks and to give him that free, the free 5 stacks, then that can be really hard for your backline, because they just get instantly deleted by Darius ult at 5 stacks. So that was the Galio ult. That's pretty huge, just because Galio ult, super good peel tool, super good engage tool. It provides a lot of value for the team, and especially as a Vi, like, because once you hard engage, it's hard for you to get out sometimes if you don't have flash or some sort of other mobility. So that Galio ult can really catch you off guard. But now I'm pinging they're on the Herald. This is really bad because 2 of our teammates are in top lane for some reason. So I'm pretty sure they're on this, but I just try and scope it out. I try and get some warding of the area, see what's going on. And that Kha'Zix actually jumps up here, and look at this Kha'Zix's damage. I'm literally just trying to get out of here as fast as I can. And I get my GA popped, but now we have our team here. I see this Lucian behind us, and that's why I ran that way, is because I knew that the Lucian would be able to help me out. So keeping an eye out for this Vi. Able to pick up that kill. It's really important for me not to reveal myself after I kill that Kha'Zix, because Fizz can 1-burst me. Fizz does a lot of burst damage. So he easily could have killed me if he would have used his combo on me if he had warding. So I just hid in the bush for a bit. But now, just farming up the jungle. That Darius is super thirsty for me. They just gave up mid-turret to try and kill me, so that was probably a mistake on his part. But we should be able to get this mid-turret here, maybe? Oh, Nami left to try and save me, actually. Nami probably should. I was fine. Dang, that's unfortunate. Well, we got a lot of damage on that mid-turret, so that's okay. But now, they're fighting without me. They gotta watch out. They gotta be careful of Fizz ults. Ooh, why did I say that, actually? You could tell when a Fizz is looking for an ult, but I'm on my way back to this fight over here. That's the Galio ult. That's a great bubble by Nami. And able to ult down this Fizz. And pick up 2 kills there. So now with the dragon up, I'm probably just gonna head that way. And something to really pay attention to when you're up against a Fizz is, Fizz's, I think it's his 3rd ability. He has the leap ability. The leap ability that makes him untargetable. I don't know if it's 2nd or his 3rd ability. I think it's his... No, it's his 2nd. It's his 2nd ability, I'm pretty sure. He has that ability that makes him untargetable. And that's really key to keep track of when you're a Vi, because you don't want to ult a Fizz when they're using that, untargetable ability, or else they'll just dodge your ultimate, and it's just a complete waste. And we'll see if we see that later on in this video too. We might be able to see that. We shall see in the up-and-coming fights. But I see they're all rotating up topside, or some of the enemies up there. I'm pinging them to be careful. I'm ghosting them in case they get hard engaged upon, but looks like they're good. And now I'm just setting up good warding inside of their jungle, clearing out control wards, and getting good positioning in. So this is pretty good right now. We have really good positioning. I think we have way better warding than them. I just smite down that red because I don't want him to accidentally steal it. I see this Darius walking through the jungle, and that's why warding is so important. Like, when you have full map control like that, the best way to capitalize on it is by warding. Just because without warding, like, most people, like, walking through over there, it's really hard to suspect that, like, you're getting a hard engaged upon, especially if you have no vision. I'm sure everybody's been in that spot before where they're walking through the jungle and they have no idea if anybody's there, and they're behind, and then boom, somebody pops out and you just get 1-bursted. So this Fizz has just been pushing the bot lane, but we should be able to get an inhib here, and I'm pushing down this mid lane, so hopefully we can get 2 inhibs for this. That'll definitely be worth it. Looks like we're able to grab that, and now we are heading down to this Fizz, or at least I'm heading down to this Fizz. Looks like they're just recalling. I want to go for this, but looks like my team did not, and we were not able to get that. But either way, I'll just farm up their jungle. Take whatever buffs are available. And let's see. Looks like my team wants to go for something over here. Keeping an eye out for this. Maybe I can land a good engage onto this Darius. I land a good flash combo. Use the ultimate and try to get out before that Galio screws us over. That was a really good engage by me, and the Lucian was able to follow up pretty well. So now, there we have one down, and I was thinking, do we want to go for this Baron or not? The Lucian recalled to go topside. I think he should have stayed with us. Yeah, you can see me pinging on the map. I'm like, he definitely should have came this way. It would have been way easier to take this with an ADC just because attack damage carries do way more damage to Baron most of the time. And for a first tier top turret, it's not worth defending that over an entire Baron. But it looks like we're still potentially able to get this. We shall see. One thing to note about Kha'Zix is Kha'Zix has a really, really good smite. His first ability does so much damage to objectives. Plus, combined with the smite, he can out-secure most junglers. But now we all decide to reset. I have 4,000 gold in my pocket. I buy my entire Sterix gauge. And I get Locket. For enchantments, there's a lot of things you can go on Vi. You can make almost anything work. You can go Stone Plate, you can go Locket. So I got Locket here just because they have a lot of burst damage. So Fizz ult, Galio ult, Kha'Zix. Locket's a pretty good choice. Or else you could go Stone Plate if you want. You can go Stasis if you need it in a match. But as you can see, that's what I meant. Really keep track of his dash ability, because if I would have ulted there right away, he would just would have dodged it, and then I wouldn't have been able to land my ultimate at all. So you see now, able to get a good engage. Oh wait, there. Oh wait, he got out of that. That's kind of toxic. That is toxic. Fizz is a toxic champ, y'all. Damn. Well, that was still a good engage regardless. That was just an unfortunate turn of events. I thought we had that, but it's okay. So now I land a good first ability, and you'll see a lot of times I just land my first ability and a basic third ability, and then I use my second ability to get out. And that's really huge because you don't want to take unnecessary damage as Vi. That's a mistake that a lot of front lines will make, is they'll take unnecessary damage when they don't need to. Like, you can just land your burst and then run away and let your backline do their work too, and save your health until you get your abilities back off cooldown. Because a lot of times people will just use their abilities and then stay in combat and just have to use their auto attacks and get kited back really easily. But this turned out to be a pretty good match, so thought I'd just share it with y'all, and I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next video.